Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Saturday, May 14th, and we're going to take a look at the freeze possibilities. You can see the freeze warning in effect for much of the northwestern portions of the area and a freeze watch in effect for the eastern counties. Temperatures this morning in the low 40s, upper 30s in the thumb, and it's going to get mighty cold tonight. If we look at the regional map, you can see the winds out of the northwest bringing that colder air in. And again, temperatures in the 40s across the southern part of the state, 30s once you get to the north. And we're going to continue to see this northwest flow. So we're not going to warm up much today. We may get in the mid to upper 40s, but that's just about it. And the more cloud cover and the lower we stay will make us that much closer to the freezing level that we'll be able to drop to. And I think certainly interior areas of central and northern Michigan could see temperatures for several hours drop into the upper 20s. So not good news. You can see our normal high is 69, the normal low is 44. If we look at the next screenshot, you can see a lot of the precipitation that's fallen here over the last 5 days. 1.8 inches at Lansing, in many areas over an inch. So it's going to be a while before we're back out into the field. And again, this late hanging on to cold conditions well into the spring is certainly something we forecasted. But we can give it a break, and actually we're going to turn quite warm here in about 8-9 days. Next weekend looks just fantastic with highs approaching or going into the 70s, and I think we have a chance for 70s and 80s for the following week, but we got to get past the next 3 or 4 days first. You can see the soil conditions out there. The green numbers all quite low, indicating that the moisture in the soil is quite saturated, and our temperatures are going to continue to slowly fall here over the next couple of days with this very cold air. Then we'll rebound as we get into next week, when we'll start off cold, but I think by the end of the week we'll be around normal with highs well into the 60s, maybe even 70 by Friday. If we look at the next shot, you can see some of the graphs that you can go to on our site showing the 7-day charts on the different locations, soil temperatures, soil moistures at the different levels. If we look at the accumulated growing degree days, again, not a whole lot yet. Lansing leading the way at 152. And again, in a graphical format, you can see how that shows. And then as far as the last 20 years in Breckenridge, you can see now just getting a good start, just slightly on the southern side of the average so far. But we're going to turn, again, quite warm once we get past these next few days of cold weather. If we look at the next shot, well, it's a little bit slid up, but it's colder than what? Well, you get the picture. That's how cold it's going to be tonight and tomorrow. And if we look at the next slide, you can see all the freeze warnings in effect from the upper Midwest and the plains into the Great Lakes, and frost advisories on the southern flank of that. And they'll be more likely to see some more frost advisories or maybe even freeze warnings in some of the counties just to the south of what we got outlined. Certainly, I think we'll see at least frost advisories down to around Lansing, if not a little farther south, issued later on today. And you can see the GFS plot for Sunday morning temperatures has many locations down around or below freezing across much of the lower peninsula. And again, the interior sections and some of those normally colder areas, remember, these are at the 2-meter level and down near the ground. You can probably take another degree or two off that. So a good chance, I think, for temperatures in the upper 20s at the surface, causing perhaps quite a bit of frost and freezing conditions. Thanks for stopping by on this Saturday. Have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.